All right, so part 3. Now we will animate the menu. We need to animate this entrance animation and when you close it also. Let's see the example website. So as we click, we can see that we have a specific animation, that we have a circle that expand and revealing the content. And as we close the menu, we see the reverse of this animation. So this is called clipping path. Using CSS, you can clip parts of the content. So I created here a container that exists another container, this orange one, which include an image. And I want to demonstrate clipping path and how it's work. Because I'm pretty sure that you won't do exactly the same. I mean, what I'm doing is it won't affect, it won't suit to your design specifically. So you need to understand how it's working to adjust it based on your design. So this is the HTML of this container containing this image. So we can use clip path to clip the content, and we have a few options, but one of them is circle. So we can use circle shape to clip the design. So this circle should get some parameters, and as you can see inside this parentheses, you can put values. So by default is 50%. If I'll put 50%, you will get exactly the same result. So let's make it smaller, so you can see it's actually clipping the content from the center, which is also the default. But we need this clipping to be right here. But before we will try to shift it here, let's see the options that we have. So first of all, we can use percentage, we can use pixels, okay, for example 50 pixels, 150 pixels. All right, let's go with the 50 pixels right now. So we need to specify where from where the clipping start. So we can add another parameter called at. Now after at, we are specifying the position of the clipping path on the x-axis and the y-axis. So usually you will always start with the x and then the y, but here is the opposite direction. It's first the y and then the x. So let's say we want to place it right here. Okay, this is the default in HTML, it's top left. So let's do 0 pixels at the y-axis, you see, and 0 pixels at the x-axis. But as you can see, it's in the center of the circle itself, right? So we know what is the clipping path shape radius. It's 50 pixels, we just said it. So instead of 0, we can put 50 pixels on the y and 50 pixels on the x. So it's exactly right here. But we need this to be here. How can we set this to start on 100%? Let's try it. So on the y-axis, let's put 100%. But we have same issue. We need to remove the height, the width of the element. So we need to do something like 100% minus 50 pixels. But this is an error, because if we want to calculate something, we need to use CSS calc. Okay, so if I open a parenthesis and close it right here, so you can see that the radius is 50 pixels, and the y-axis is 100% minus 50 pixels. All right, so if I do 150, so it go it will go more. So this is good. This is exactly the position we need it right now. Okay, so we can even push it more, or on the x-axis to push it even more. All right, so let's do like 60. It won't be too close to the edge. But now we need to create some animation that expand this one to fill the original sizing, right? So I'll just copy this entirely and place it right underneath, okay? But now we don't want it to be 50, we want it to be 100%, right? But as you can see, we have some, we push the shape a little bit, so we can actually get rid of this part, okay? So if I toggle it on and off, this is what we are getting. We can add some transition to this animation, to this change, by adding transition. Let's set 1 second. So now if I toggle it on and off, we will get exactly the same behavior that we want to achieve, just like this one. All right, so let's do it. So after we understand how the clip path is working, so now the code part is start. So I already created, we don't need the example, I already created the CSS, which is this part. Okay, so we'll explain everything. So as we said before, this is a class that we are going to apply to our content, to our main, how it's called, main wrapper, okay, of the menu. All right, so what it says, basically it says create clip path of a circle with 0 pixels, okay, the size is 0 pixels at calculation 100%, it's right here, 100%, minus 188 pixels on the y-axis and 85 pixels of the x-axis, right? So let's see what's happened if I'm adding this class to our container. So let's add it. So as you can see, we don't see anything right now. Although the menu is opened, as you can see here, the green line is open, but we don't see any content. So if we'll change it to, let's say, 300 pixels. So now you can see that we have this circle here. There is, we will remove this class. Okay, we don't want to apply it when we are working, so let's remove it and let's change it back to 0 pixels. So what we will do, because we want to be able to work and see what we are doing, we will use Velo to apply this class on the live site. We won't apply it here on the editor. Okay. The second thing is that we have is the expand clip menu box, which basically is changing the default. It's changing this clip path. What it says is basically create a circle of 150 pixel percentage. Actually, it can be 100, I think. And on the y-axis is 100%. It's right here. On the x-axis, it's 0 right here. So this is kind of the alignment of how it will expand the direction. Transition, as we did before, here we are specified that we want to transition to add transition only to the clipping path with 0.8 seconds, and this is the style of the animation. It can be linear, it can be a lot of things, but I copied same value as we have here in the example. All right, so this is the CSS part. Oh, and also you can change the default behavior. You can specify a different behavior on mobile, and we will see why. All right, so this is the CSS part. Right now we didn't apply any class to any of elements that we have in the editor. So how you will do it, basically you will copy this code and go to the global CSS and just paste it right here. This is what you need to do. The second part is we are going to open the master page.js because this is code that is running for all pages, and because the menu will apply on all pages, we need to write the code right here. So again, I'm demonstrating what you are going to do. Basically, you will copy the code and paste it in that file, master page.js. So you will get exact the same errors that I have. So let's see what this code do. So we have a function called init hamburger menu animation. And now we are declaring hamburger menu, which is its ID is hamburger menu main container. So it's this one. Okay, it's this one. So it's basically the content that we have here. Let me check if, no, actually it's not. No, sorry. It's this one, it's the green one. Okay, so select it and change its ID to be hamburger menu main content. You can choose whatever ID that you like, but you need to update it right here in the code. The second element that we are selecting is the menu content wrapper. Is this black container that we are created before and pasted inside our hamburger menu. So let's change its ID to hamburger menu main content wrapper. So you see these two errors are gone. So now we have, look at this line, the 15. Something on click open menu. So this ID is open hamburger menu button. So we need to close the hamburger menu and go to the hamburger menu that we created inside the header, this one, and change its ID to be open hamburger menu button. Okay, so let's go back to the master page.js, and you see basically as we click on this element, it should open the menu. We will see what this function do. The second one is close hamburger menu. So let's open the menu and select this button, the close menu button, and change its ID to be close hamburger menu button. Okay, so now let's see what open menu are doing. So this is called to a function called open menu. So what it does is basically using Velo API, using the menu API, is saying open. Open is this action. Okay, it said open. Actually, I don't think we need it. But anyway, it's working because if you click on this button, it's already wired to the hamburger menu, so you don't need to do it. But anyway, so you open the menu, and then after 20 milliseconds, which is very, very tiny, okay, we are taking the menu content wrapper, okay, which is this black one, and adding the class of expand clip path menu. So let's go back to this class, expand clip path menu. So basically, the container was clipped to 0 here, and we are adding this class which apply the expanded, okay, because it's become a bigger, okay, to its initial position. I think I can do something like this, but I'll keep it that way just for now. Okay, back to the master page.js. But here we are expanding where we decided that is clipped in advanced. So it's right here, line 13. Okay, so this black container, okay, menu content wrapper, we are adding manually clip menu box, okay, which is this class. So it's clip the content to be 0 pixels at the position of this button. Okay, why it's bigger than it should be. Something is off. Never mind. Okay, so this is what OpenMenu does. Okay, it basically add class that making the animation of scaling up of, okay. The close menu, the first action when we are closing the menu, we are removing this expand class, which is taking the clipping back to its original position, which is 0 at the top right corner. And then after 300 milliseconds, we are closing the menu. Why we need to wait a bit? Because we want to be able to see the animation and then close the menu. All right, so let's publish it and see if it's working. Okay, so let's refresh it again. So moment of truth. So I need to click and it's not working. Let's see if we have error. We don't have any error. So let's think about it. This is, sorry, IDs. Okay, hamburger menu main wrapper. Okay. Hamburger menu main wrapper. So we add in the class clip menu box. So let's see this class. Clip menu box, circle 0. Okay, great. This is weird. And then expand clip path. Okay. When we call this one master, oh my god, I didn't even call this function. Okay, so basically here I have the enrty, so I need to call it to run it. So let's publish it. Okay, so as we click, it's working. As we click, it's scaled up. As we click to close, it's scaled down. But you see that we have here the close button. We actually don't need it. So here we have close menu button. So I want to delete it. I just hide it because maybe later I'll need it. So let's see if it's working. Yeah, we don't see the X icon. But I want you to see why I'm using specifically these values, 108 and 85. Okay, so instead of making it 0, I will make it our button is 56. So let's make it 80. So we'll see part of it. Okay, so let's check. This container got this class, okay, the circle 150. So let's remove it. So now it's 80 pixels. You see how it's exactly at the center of this one? So basically I play around with the values, okay? So if I do something, I don't know, 0, you can see it's off. So then I played around with it. So I did 50, but it's origin. So for you to be very precise, you need to do it based same as this shape, 56, for example, pixels. Why it's bigger? It should be 50 pixels. This is weird. It's like half. Never mind. So now you can start to push it, okay, until it's exactly at the center of your element, and then you can understand that it will expand in the right way. Okay, so it's just for the example, if I add it, you can see that it's scaled from the right position. All right, so this was desktop. We won't take care of mobile, but we need to do a few adjustments. So let's go to mobile. Okay, I need to adjust a bit the menu. So let's do 25 pixels from left, 30 pixels from top, and 25 from right. I'll make this logo much bigger. Okay, let's do something like this. Let's go with the with pixels. So let's change it to pixels. 125 on 48. Great. And this one, instead of 56, let's make it 40. Okay, this is too big. 100. Okay, great. So this is the design I want to apply. Okay. Let's go to the home page. Okay, this is the design that I have in the home page. So now we have a new design. So let's see what's happened. Oh, wait, I forgot. We need to adjust a bit the hamburger menu. So again, exactly the same values, 25 from left, 30 from top, and from right also 25. Here I don't want to display the image, the video on mobile. I'll change the padding exactly the same, 25 left, right, and 30 from bottom. And I don't need 2 columns, I just need 1. So let's make the menu 100%, align to left. Oh, it's inside a container. So let's align the container, left top, 100%. And I can change the menu font size because it's too big to, I don't know, 40. And I want 1 line. Let's do something like this. Can change the gaps. All right, something like this. So I need to match the icon to be exact the same width and height as in the menu. So it's okay. Pixels, 48 pixels, and this button should be 40. And I just need to make sure the elements inside are at the right size. Great. So now let's see what's happened. So we create let's go to the home page. We've created changes, okay, to the design for mobile. So let's go. This is mobile, but let's see how if the expand animation is precise. So it's precise because I forgot to mention that I already fixed it for mobile, but let's remove it. Let's comment this out and see how it works right now. So as we open it, you can see it's really off. Okay. So the reason is that we have a margin of 80 pixels from left, from right, and from top 100 and something. Okay. So what I did, basically, in CSS you can specify specific design for specific breakpoint. So I copied these two classes and put it right here and change the values. Okay, so here instead of 180 8 pixels it's 45, and here instead of 85 is 50. Okay, so you'll do exactly the same and play around with these values so it will match your design changes for mobile. So right now, after these changes, I can view my mobile, and it should be perfectly aligned with my design. So that's it. I hope it was clear. Maybe if you want me to do it, so maybe in the next tutorial I can give you an example to see how you can animate a menu item. Why it's important that it's to be a menu and not just buttons or something like this is basically because if you go to a different page, the menu knows to show you on what page you are right now. So of course, as you can see, using CSS it's possible to add animations to the menu components and create layout changes. So let me know if you want me to cover it or not. So until next time, keep building amazing websites on Wix Studio.